Hello and welcome to Microsoft Hates Greg. My name is Greg Deckler, and I just want to go on the record and state that Paul R. Ehrlich was a complete and utter moron, and I'm not sad that he is now passed away as of last week. Now, I'm not going to say I'm glad he's dead. I'm not going to say it, right? But and before you judge me too harshly, let me tell you about Paul Ehrlich. Okay, this is a man who advocated to sterilize poor people, right? Specifically, he wanted the U.S. to withhold food aid in order to coerce poor countries to sterilize their own people. Okay, this is what he advocated for, wrote down and advocated for. Okay, he specifically wanted to sterilize Indian men who had more than 3 children. Okay, he also was an advocate for introducing sterilants into food supplies, like staple food supplies and water supplies. Evil, vile, disgusting human being, okay? And he wrote about all of this in his 1968 book, The Population Bomb, okay? And this is his obituary in Nature. I got some other things over here, right? So you can read about it if you don't know who this guy is. But this is who this guy is, right? And his wife, who is still alive, and unfortunately they passed their DNA down to a daughter, which is unfortunate that this guy's genes still live on in the world, to be perfectly honest. But just to tell you just how much of an idiot this guy is. In 1968, he writes the book, The Population Bomb, right? And he doesn't even cite Thomas Malthus, who in 1798 argued the exact same stupid thing that this guy argued in The Population Bomb. Effectively, uncontrolled population growth, food supply doesn't keep up, and everyone starves to death. Okay, if you think about that, like a closed meadow, right, that you wall off from everything, and you put some bunny rabbits in there, right, and the bunny rabbits multiply, and pretty much there's not enough food, and they all starve to death. Except that bunny rabbits can't think and use technology, right? They can't adapt and maybe use find some other food sources, right? They can't like use technology and increase the crop yields, right? All of these things that human beings can do and do, right, have proven these idiots wrong since 1798. And this guy writes it 200 years later, already proven wrong for almost 200 years, and he writes about it again. He doesn't even cite Thomas Malthus, right? He doesn't even know that this argument's been made and failed, like for the last 200 years. That's how much of a moron this guy is, okay? Or was, I should say. And you have to understand, these guys never recounted or disavowed anything that they wrote down about sterilizing people, force sterilizing poor people, right? In 2006, they did The Population Bomb Revisited and repeated every claim and advocated for sterilization and everything. The only thing they did in that book was they're like, well, we're not doing it because of race. We're not eugenicists, okay? We're not doing it because of race. We're only doing it because they're poor. That's why. But if you look at a world map of wealth, pretty much it's Africa. Like the poorest nations on earth are all kind of concentrated there. So whether you're doing it because of the race or because they're poor, you're still targeting the same people, more or less, okay? So what a complete, vile, disgusting human being this guy was. So I wanted to basically take away this guy's entire legacy and do it in a way that just shows how much of a moron this guy is. All right, so what I did was I created a Power BI report. And I basically said, well, what if we convert, because algae and algae farming is potentially the most nutrient-dense way of producing food ever, okay? Now, it's still somewhat unproven in that, but the potential for it is crazy, all right? So I'm like, well, how many people could we feed if we converted a certain amount of cropland over to algae farming? Because with algae farming, you can get up to like 7 times the calories per hectare as you can from like wheat and things like that. So decided to put it all into a report. So here I have how many hectares of cropland that we have worldwide, and it comes out to about 1.5, 1.6 billion hectares of cropland throughout the entire world. Daily calories per person. Again, these are sliders that I created so that you can adjust them how you want. I even included a waste, like, well, let's say, it's not we can't harvest everything. There's going to be things like contamination. We're going to lose certain shipments and all that sort of stuff. So 30% waste seemed kind of about appropriate to me. And I had to go through and do a bunch of research into like how many calories per gram that you get out of, different kinds of algae. So that's really summarized in this table here. So spirulina is about 57% protein. You get about 290 kilocalories per 100 grams. Chlorella is 58% protein. You get about 410 kilocalories out of 100 grams. The rest of these are really just, this is my slider. This is just, a table that has, how many hectares and stuff that we're going to use for algae production. Again, a slider for calories per person, hectares of cropland, right? I got my source tables and all that. So as you can see here, using these statistics right here, if we just converted 100 million hectares, which is about 6.5% of cropland over to algae farming, we could basically feed almost the entire world's population. On average, 6.4 billion people we could feed, right? Up to potentially 10.17. Now, the world's population is about 8 billion people right now. And it's actually projected to go down kind of starting in like 2100. Like we're going to peak up around like 9 billion people or so, and then it's going to actually go down. So this guy was a complete moron. There was never, ever, ever a case in which millions, tens of millions of people were going to starve to death through famine. It was never going to happen. It was never going to happen when Thomas Malthus wrote about it in 1798. It was never going to happen when this idiot published that book, Population Bomb, in 1968. It was never going to happen. All right. So, and you can see, I'll show you my calculations here. So people fed high, people fed low. So basically you take your kilocalories, right? So that's taking it out of the algae table, and then note that it's per 100 grams. Got your kilocalories per person, got your percent waste, your hectares that you're using for algae, production, metric tons, percent protein. Anyway, it's a pretty simple calculation, all right, in terms of figuring out how many kilocalories that get produced off of this acreage, and then translating that into, well, how many people would that feed in terms of and I'm using calories, which is a much tougher metric than just protein, for example. So now if you really get into it though, like if we converted 30%, you're talking about feeding 32 billion people. That's 4 times the number of people that are alive on Earth today, and potentially far more than that. Could range up to 50 billion people, right? So it was never going to happen. It was a stupid argument to begin with, right? It just ignored so many factors, right? It just totally ignored them. That, hey, humans are smart. We have technology. We can make fertilizer. We can increase crop yields, right? And so if the whole algae farming thing, the mega algae farm, seems kind of a little too futuristic for you, these are all the levers that we can do. Climate-proof agriculture. We can cut our food and loss and waste. It's estimated that like a third of all food is actually wasted. So we can improve refrigeration. There's all kinds of things we could do there. Expand alternative proteins, not just algae. There's sugar cane. All kinds of different crops that we could build, that we could make or base our food supply around, that are much higher yield in terms of calories than the staple food crops that we use today, like wheat and rice, for example. So there's all these things that we could do. So again, it was never a real argument. It was a stupid, moronic thing to believe, right? It was a stupid, moronic thing to write about. The worst, but the terrible thing about it is it affected many countries, like based their oppressive policies on this moron's writing. This guy caused so much harm in the world. I'm disgusted by it. And so anyway, he passed away. Good riddance. I'm glad he's gone. And I hope nobody else ever picks up that mantle and advocates for such cruel, vile, disgusting, evil things like that guy did. So that's all I had for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.